Hello, this is Anna, and welcome back to my channel, Cottage on Oak. Today, I just thought I would do a day in my life on a Saturday. So starting off strong, I'm getting ready for the day, showering, clean clothes, all that fun stuff. One of my favorite things to do is to open the blinds in the morning. I love to lift them all the way up to the top and make sure the curtains are open just to get that natural morning sunlight into the house. And Shrek is one of my favorite movies, so that was playing today on this fun Saturday. Let me know if you like the Shrek movies or not. Shrek 2 and 3 are definitely my favorite. On Saturdays, I usually like to go yard sailing, but this Saturday I decided I wanted to stay in and make sure my house was picked up this morning. Last night I did not clean my kitchen before bed, so I had to clean up my cast iron and clean the stove off, do the dishes, all that fun stuff. Now, to clean my cast iron, I usually heat it up on the oven for a little while, and then once it's nice and hot or warm, I'll pour some water into it, and with a spatula, I'll just scrub the stuff off the bottom with that gently, and it's so easy. I just pour that into the sink, rinse it off with some water, and then I dry it off with a towel, and then I put my organic, extra virgin olive oil, whatever, onto the pan and spread that into the cast iron to oil it up. And that is how I clean my cast iron. It is so much easier than scrubbing it in the sink, and it involves no soap, so that's great. And I like to hang my pots and pans up, as you know. I like my practical decor. And today I am cleaning with hydrogen peroxide. Not sure if that's good, but it worked pretty good, so that's what I used. I feel like that's better than using Fabuloso, which makes me feel like I can't breathe when we use that stuff. And I spend quite a few minutes cleaning my oven. I didn't realize how long I spend wiping down my oven until I was editing this video, so I thought that was funny. I have currently been doing, for the past few days, no wheat and no sugar except for some sweet tea. And I will do natural sugars like in fruits and stuff. So I've been munching on these grapes throughout the day if I need a little pick-me-up. And I like my grapes room temperature. I'm not a huge fan of them cold. So I like to keep them out on the counter. And so I decided to put them in this pretty bowl. And I just love the way grapes lay. They make me think of still life. I just love them so much. They're so pretty. I like the way they lay and fold and all that stuff. And they taste pretty good. So I'm eating the black seedless grapes and the red seedless grapes. I love those. Now my husband, as you know, does keto and he's still been doing it for a while. But I find that for me as a woman, it's better for me to have some carbs in my body than to do straight keto. But that's for me personally. So here we are, dish time. You can see the stack of dishes in my sink. I was ready to get that done. Now, while I'm working here, it's about maybe 9 in the morning. I've already had my shower and everything. And I'm unloading the dishwasher, and then I'm going to load it back up. Now, I love having my forks and spoons put into this little copper bowl as like a little bouquet. I just think it's so cute. And some people are worried about dust, but I cook and eat in my house every day, so the dishes are getting cleaned. They're not sitting on the counter getting dusty. They are a-okay. My husband helped me with that stop motion video there. Now here I am again using the hydrogen peroxide. I like this stuff because it leaves no smell. Like there's not a chemical smell, I guess. And I've just been using it on everything. Let me know if you use it down below. I hear it's pretty good to use as a cleaner, but I'm not sure. Now, this I'm just using water because my kids, we were painting the other day and they got water paint all on this sink. So I was just wiping it off with water and it came up really easy. And yes, my husband was helping me clean this Saturday morning. He's so good at helping me pick up the house and helping keep everything nice and clean. And I was making my bed. I love these sheets so much. These sheets my dad bought me. He bought a set for my sister and I, and they are the best sheets ever. They're like the They're like linen or cotton woven. They're just amazing. I love rubbing my legs on them. They're just super comfortable. And this is that Onkoti quilt I got that I shared a while back. I'm still using it. It's still going strong. Since it is 100% cotton, it did shrink a tiny bit, but nothing bad. And this purple little crocheted blanket, I got at a yard sale like a month ago for $3. So I love that. And I love the color. So on Saturdays around 10:30, I head to my grandparents' house and clean their house for them. They do pay me a little bit, thankfully. That's very nice of them, even though they don't have to. So I was just sharing me folding some clothes. My husband also helps me clean their house, and I get to keep all of that money. So that's wonderful. And after we were done cleaning, we picked up some, oh yeah, here's a praying mantis on their door. It was super cool looking. Anyways, we went and got some steak and shake for lunch, and then we went to buy some beef at our local thrift antique store. There's like a farmer, and she has like fridges in there, and she puts her meat in there, her local beef, and so we went and bought some. But of course, I had to do some perusing, and I found The Hobbit for $6, so I got that. And then the day was so nice today, I had to open the windows up and air the house out. Airing the house out is one of my favorite things to do. My kitchen window is open constantly, unless it's like extremely humid and hot outside or freezing cold. Even when it's freezing cold and there's snow outside, my kitchen windows are usually cracked and open because it's so nice. Now, I also got the new Victoria magazine in the mail. I think it's November, October edition, or October, November, and it's super cool. Love Victoria magazines. And now I am not bringing out all of my October decor, but one thing I wanted to bring out were the bats. Now these bats are about 5 years old. Some I made last year too. I add to my little bat making collection every year, and I made about 20 or so more today, maybe even 50. I have to make some more. But I'll show you me putting those up here in just a minute. Before I put the bats on the mantle, I was like, I'm not into this white mantle. Maybe I should paint it. So my sister and I were thinking of paint colors, and I came across this like deep blue-gray color that I wanted to use, but I didn't have that on hand. But I did have on hand some paint samples, so I started mixing all of my paint samples together, and I came up with this really pretty color that I love. But after it dried down on this paper towel here, I decided that it wasn't dark enough for what I was going for. As you can see, it's like a blue-green, but a little grayish. I like the color a lot. It's just not dark enough for what I was wanting. On the left there, that Waverly's from Walmart. It's kind of pricey. I'm not going to use that. But you can see the white mantle. I love it. It's pretty, but I feel like a dark gray would look so much better, like a moody, stormy gray. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. So I got the ladder out, or my husband did, and I was putting up some bats, but eventually I was not going to go up any more steps because I was too scared. And so my grandparents and my sister and her boyfriend and my brother and my mom and dad came over to the house for a quick little visit. And so I enlisted my little brother, who's over 6 foot tall. I don't know how tall he is, but I made him get up there and put some bats up on the ceiling. And I'll have a little montage of him here in a minute. But yeah. So I used this Astro Brights paper from Walmart. Now, 5 years ago, it was about $5. I'm not sure how much it costs now. And I was going to do a little video of me like cutting out the bats for all of you. And looking back on the footage, I just got a ton of my son's head. And I was like, oh man, I didn't know he was standing in front of the camera. But thankfully, I videoed myself again cutting another bat. So I just fold the paper in half. You can do it long ways, like landscape, horizontal, or vertical, whichever way you want. And on the folded part, I start with the bottom of the bat, and I just start freehanding it. You can trace it, and sometimes I do, but I work better with freehanding, cutting out the bats. So I'll have the bats laying on the table in front of me, and I just follow the pattern with my eyes, and then I just cut the bat out. And you can adjust the bat too. I feel like this is a great cheap way of making some bats, and I like that these are matte. You can buy some at the store, but they're usually like shiny, plasticky looking, and I'm not a fan of that shiny, plasticky look. I like the matte look of these paper bats better, and you can cut various sizes too, and I like that. So here's my brother helping me. I'm down here directing him, and below, everybody's sitting down on the couch and in the chairs and running around and having fun. And he's just up there helping me. Now, the pattern I made him do, I think I might take down and move the bats into a different pattern, or I'll just add some to the right over there by the window. Just kind of swoop them out more to make it more full. So I definitely have to cut out some more bats, but thankfully that does not take very long. My husband found this old wasp nest for me, and so I, of course, put it into my curiosity cabinet because you just have to. A cabinet cannot be called curious without some curiosities. But here are the bats so far, and of course, we were watching Little House on the Prairie. My son wants to watch that because that's the books we are reading at night right now. And as the day is ending, it's time to shut the windows and lock them for safety, of course. And I put on a pot roast, meat, carrots, and potatoes to eat for after church in the morning. And also tomorrow we have to take some baby clothes to church for a new baby at our church. Not a baby shower, this is different. And then also after church I have a wedding shower. So I am busy. And this is the house. It's still a wreck from all the bat putting up and all that stuff, but I'm just going to leave it. It's time to go to bed, read Little House on the Prairie. I enjoy reading this probably more than my kids enjoy listening to it, but it's good to read aloud to your kids, and we homeschool, so I love it. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you next time here at Cottage on Oak.